What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's doing well. We got some more PGA Tour 2K25 tonight. We're going to be playing more True Sim. Got back into that last night. Shot pretty well through the first two rounds. Looking forward to seeing how we can do in rounds 3 and 4. They also dropped a very tiny update today. Nothing really too major with it. I think it was like some like ball cup interaction physics, which is maybe some of the weird like ghost breaks that looked like the ball was getting kicked away from the hole. For what I understand, it might just be that the lip out animation was getting like flipped or rotated in some way, so instead of the ball breaking into the hole and then taking the hard lip, it would like go towards the hole and like lip away almost in like a weird way. So sounds like that's fixed. And I guess there was like there was some overall reset bug that like in some certain situations, like I guess if you like, I guess how like on PlayStation, like if you would like go to the home screen, or I think you can do the same thing on Xbox. Like I think if you did something with that, you could mess things up. But that's all that's in the patch notes, so who knows if there are other little things sprinkled in. Honestly, I wasn't expecting any sort of update again until Season 2 comes out, which is in like 3 weeks. Yeah, maybe there's a chance that we see something else before we get to that point. But yeah, I was definitely surprised to see the little update today. But how's everybody doing? Busey, good evening. Richard, welcome back. Hello, hello. So they want us to just finish around a Divot Derby. I can definitely do that. Score 3 or under or better. 3 GERs from 230. We still need to do some ranked stuff, so if we have time, we can run some ranked duos tonight. Wednesday, wear and earn. They want some Jordans on. Eagles are better in a single round. 64, 11. That's just any official course. Okay, so I mean, that's easy enough. This one, it kind of makes sense with the My Player XP to do it on our technician to try and like level that one up a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to get the sculptor through. Do we have Jordan clothes? Because we could definitely knock out a bunch of stuff. The 64 or better, that one's gonna be bugged and just give it to you if you play anything less than 18 holes anyway. I mean, getting 2 Eagles or better. It's like I should grind technician, but I'm not going to. Alright, let's just get into some career. Maybe we'll switch over to technician for the Divot Derby one. GT40 car guy, what's going on? Hello, hello? Alright, that's correct. So we were in the middle of the St. Jude Championship. We shot 8 under, but we also had like a quad bogey and a bogey on the first hole. So yeah, we're gonna try and avoid having that happen again. What's going on, Beyond? How are you guys doing today? Alright, let's see how our swings are out the gate here. Gotta be smart on this first hole, because this first hole we put it into the trees left, and that is certainly death. So as long as we can keep it there we go. So long as we can keep it right enough, this all kicks a little bit to the left, but you just need to give yourself some sort of shot at the green. Alright, balls above the feet, which means it's going to want to come out to the left with a little bit of curl. This wind is going to bring it back a little bit. And then realistically, we're going to have to take a little bit off of you. Just to give it enough sit. Perfect. It's actually, I mean, what, that's on moderate? So those greens aren't that bouncy. Which is good to see out the gate there, because that's a pitching wedge, and like sometimes on those firmer greens, even the pitching wedge will get out there a good ways. I'm okay from the light rough. As long as we're not going too far. Okay. It's moderate, but it's gonna maybe roll a little bit. If we get low rolled here out of the light rough, then so be it. Then so be it. Oh, that's so choppy. Sit. Sit, 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 sit. Ooh. I wish that was something that would get patched. It was so good out the gate. It was so good on release, and then they changed something to try and make 4K better. I guess 4K had screen tearing, and in doing so, they introduced a whole bunch of stutters to 1080. Isn't this the same pin from round 1? Is that still a bug on? Is that still a bug on career mode? Is that... You get the same pins. I guess I wasn't really playing for the light rough there, but that makes sense why it came up so short. Oh, I don't need our putting and approach cam on for now. We'll turn that back on when we get into True Sim later. One foot down the hill. I mean, it's honestly not that crazy of green speeds, so I'm gonna leave it as is. Now on a longer putt, you're drifting. It's definitely coming back to the right at the end, but oh, it held up too straight. It's going low right at the end. Oh no. Look at him hold his head down in surprise. Yeah, what's going on, Johnny? What's going on, buddy? I did Busey, yes. Where did you end up? It wasn't pretty. My wife is texting me, hold on. So apparently, my son is standing up in his crib screaming for me all of a sudden. I don't know if that means I'm being too loud and he can hear me, or what exactly is going on there, but that's not ideal. I don't know exactly what to do with that golf shot. CCD? Not bad. I mean, the thing is, there's so many people playing that the competitive level has just risen. Like, it'll take a few weeks for it to really shake out, because I think there are some people who, you know, maybe are not prepared for no vibration and stuff that got put into Pro Tours. I don't know what my wife wants me to say. Yeah, hopefully he's hopefully he just goes back down. I'll try and be a little bit more on the quiet side. I know I've kind of gotten away with talking louder than I should because he's been a pretty good sleeper. But there's always the possibility that I get a little bit carried away and talk a little bit too loudly, and it's not exactly the greatest thing. Get used to it, kiddo. What's going on, guy? What's going on, dude? Oh, wow. Why did that roll through so much? I was not anticipating... I was not anticipating that level. That level of roll. Good effort. Good effort. So impressed with CCL, 10 under just to get a card, now 27 was leading after 2. Yeah, I mean, and that just goes to show, like, the difference between the course and conditions, right? Like, you get a pro-level course with pro-level conditions, and then you compare it to a CC course with CC conditions, and you just, like, really see how scoring changes, right? Ah. That wasn't pretty. Yeah, what's going on, Basket? I'm doing well, how about yourself? See, the smart thing is to super flop that. But I'm also not playing a competitive situation right now. So I'm okay with the bogey. Shouldn't really be, I should still be trying to win this thing. You know, career mode quests and all that stuff. I am pulling everything at the moment. What's crazy is how I feel like you can't get these out in this game. I'm gonna try this for science. Yeah, even on full loft you can't. Even on full off, you can't do it. We just played True Sim rounds 1 and 2 last night, BC. But nothing yet today. Turned out pleasant after you sort of sucked the first 2 rounds. Hey, as long as it turned out all right and you feel pretty good about it, that's a good place to be. That's absolutely a great place to be. You know what? I'm just gonna go choked approach. I almost overcorrected that. Popping back down into my own divot. Alright, let's get locked back in 60. It's drifting, it feels left. Well, that's not bad. Use the uphill to stop it. There's a little bit of downhill. Yo, Vandy, what's going on, man? Fifth on the side of the leaderboard. Shot 34 after the last 2. Rookie shot 27 under the first. Yeah, being able to put together your better rounds on the weekend. Obviously, you don't want to put together crap rounds in your first 2. You know what I mean? But being able to put together like 2 nice rounds at the end of your tournament to really fly up the leaderboard is always a great feeling. I'm hoping for True Sim today that we can make some moves there for sure. It's tough with these choked approaches because you know that the choked approaches are gonna move a little bit more. Or they're gonna take the wind a little bit less and they're gonna roll out a little bit more is what I'm meaning. I'm like just enough off on my swing feel on my backswing that it's messing up my whole swing. I feel like on my backswing I have to be pulling more to the left, which is just throwing off my groove a little bit. Yeah, BC, we're gonna play 1 and 2 of Plat tomorrow, and then if we make the cut, we'll get after it on Thursday. Okay then. Okay then. Yeah, what's going on, Kind? 7 inches in a row. Oh man, keep it up and we might get to a foot. 26 through 2 in Kinetic and 13 through 2 in True Sim. The double and triple in round 2. Oh no. I botched the first hole of round 2. I went 13-10 on 23 under through 2 in True Sim. But I went bogey 18, bogey on the par 5 first. You know, making the turn through the rounds, so that wasn't exactly my finest. Wasn't exactly my finest work. this is one that we need to be precise or pay the price. 1% underswing should be okay. But that's definitely dicey to underswing that. Hey, thank you, kind. Jitters in the first round, trying way too hard. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Basket, like, when it's competitive, yeah, it's very, very easy to start feeling the pressure. You get used to it with time. I get the jitters maybe early on if I don't have confidence. Once I have confidence, the jitters come pretty much when I'm at, like, competing for the win kind of, you know, kind of territory, which doesn't happen often, which is why it gets so jittery. Right, that much partial, the wind does not play that much, Colby, come on now. These are things that we know, and yeah, we still do it every time. Okay. I've done that a couple times on these 136s, hammered it through the early break and it doesn't quite turn. Yeah, if you can't find your swing, you're not gonna have a good time. What's going on, Jim? Yeah, we've got our swing right now pretty well, but definitely had a few holes here in the beginning of the round where, like, not quite comfortable on it. And once you start having issues, it's not exactly the greatest of times. Yeah, I thought with that being up the hill that it wouldn't fade back so much, but I guess I am very much so wrong about that. 6 feet is effectively nothing. Hit it close, get lucky on putts, hard in 2K to my 5 because partial. Yeah, you really have to play yourself into full shots, and the choked approaches and things are pretty crucial. I don't know what you take here, because this feels like you gotta partial it. Yeah, more or less trying to get out towards center green. You hope that it rolls the green down towards it, but I left it over on top of the hill. The aggressiveness that you need to take in order to get this one anywhere close is kind of scary, trying to cut that fade back into the wind with the water over there. Like, I'm pretty much always taking it this way. I think I still left it under the hole. Yeah, needed more power for that line. Hello? I need to mute. have a kitty sighting? Oh, Mantis. Mantis says pss, 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 pss. Yeah, he is. You have a boogie on your eyebrow, okay? Going to play some golf? Hmm? Oh, you just want pets. Do?
He's gonna.
I got it.
I
think he's just got allergies, but he is
He's
full
definitely
mouth breathe. Don't bite. You want pets? Pringle doesn't make many appearances these days. Mostly because you don't make that many appearances these days.
I'm usually.
No, not really. A cat? Catty? Ah. That's how you scare her off, is puns. Bad jokes. Yeah, that's true. But in a particular moment. It's you. Alright, let's see if we can do something with this. Not quite enough. That's 2% under. Alright, these have been going through the break a little bit more early. But not quite that much. But not quite that much more through early. Gosh darn it. That's the sort of thing. That's the sort of thing for us when we're just. Fortunately, like this is like the warm up that doesn't matter type of thing, but that's just where we get into that kind of dangerous territory of putts that I have to make when we're playing competitive stuff. What's going on, Ryan? This is a 99 overall. 99 sculptor. I pretty well don't play my other characters. I should level some stuff up, but I'm pretty bad about building up other characters. I've got a lot of the other ones to 85 for their special shots, but I'm gonna partial this 6, and we're just gonna kind of take a guess here that wind did not hold it to the right. I was gonna say, take a guess that with the downhill and everything, the 6-iron will have the legs from there, and that was honestly perfect distance control, but way more right. Way more right. We'll take the putt though. Eagle is huge, as that gets us one objective down and also puts us into the lead of the tournament. Ryan, that is one thing that escapes me to this day. I've played probably about close to 2,500 hours between 2K21, 23, and now 25. I've never hit a hole-in-one on a par 4. I've hit a lot of hole-in-ones. I've hit a fair number of albatrosses. Hole-in-one on the par 4 has not been done yet. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll be able to. But have not been able to muster that shot yet. We've been relatively close a handful of times. There we go. There we go. But yeah, I've never had the pleasure of the Ace Atross. I would absolutely love to hit one. I think it would be awesome. I probably have to play some more societies and stuff, maybe some ones that have a little bit more opportunity. I have made a putt for Albatross before. I know it's not quite the same, but it's probably about as close as I'm gonna get. Still left. Perfect distance control. Distance control is really, like, never my issue. It's always that lie angle and, like, envisioning the ball flight. Can't keep missing it so many yards off the other side. So just something to keep working at. Try and get better. It's the goal, right? Always trying to get better. Also, we dropped a bunch of frames. I don't know if that's on the Twitch stream or on the YouTube stream. Stream health. I mean, things look good. So I'm not sure when that drop happened. Hopefully things look good for you guys. I completely missed when the frames were going down. I do, Mantis. I'm not very good and I don't play a lot. I started playing about 4 years ago and I've probably played about like 30 IRL rounds. I try and get out to the range and stuff. Yeah, once a week or so if I can, but making it out to actually play is a whole other story, just time commitment wise. But I'm like at 26.5 handicap, something like that. I just started breaking 100 more consistently at the end of last year. I'd love to get down to starting to flirt with breaking 90 this year. Want to try and make that big jump if I can. Okay, so we got the rival reward, we got some daily quests done. It's a lot of my player XP, which I wish I could pick which my player it applied to, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be the case, which is fine. Your YouTube is fine, Nevs. How's it going? That's good to hear. It's exactly what we like to hear. Alright, but that finishes up winning the FedEx or the St. Jude Championship, which is good. Got a couple more. We've got a couple more left for the championship here. Not too much else going on in the career. We're finally almost to the end of our first season. Thing is, it's just to actually get through everything is such a grind. It is such a grind. Because where are we at with the My Career? We've got 2 out of 5. We need to win the tour. We need to win the PGA and the Players. Hopefully we can just knock out the Tour Championship stuff this go around. We're halfway through on the career wins. It's just so much stuff. It's just so much stuff. Because it's Career Grand Slam, Victory Pursuit, and Build Your Brand. I think they changed it, right? They changed it so that it's not as easy to get through the career mode in like the sim, right? So trying to get those 60 wins, I feel like is gonna take a lot longer. I guess we're gonna have to get these other ones up to 90. And I really should equip this consumable ball, because there's probably other tutorial stuff that's on top of that. If I had to guess. Reach Evo Sapphire with the driver? Didn't I already do that? And with the wood? And with the wet? Didn't I already Sapphire those? Hold on. Am I playing Gimped? I thought I leveled everything up. Now I'm confused. What's going on, Matt? I'm very perplexed. My player. And then we need golf bag, right? Sapphire. Yeah, because that's season 2. So is that just bugged and it didn't give me those particular quests for having gotten them to Sapphire? Because everybody's Sapphire right now. I mean, it's not the end of the world, like it's fine. Okay, so I think we need to take Technician in. And then what are we doing here? We gotta get Divot Derby. Divot Derby with Jordan clothes on for 100 VC and an Evo tool. Oh. Wait. So we finished one? We finished one of these and they put up another one. They want you to record a hole out with a wood. That's either a long ace or an albatross, particularly with a wood. Yeah, the chances of that happening are slim to none. Can I get 7 birdies or an eagle? Sure. A hole out with a wood for 50 VC and 100. Yeah, you can take that one and shove it. That's not happening. That is absolutely not happening. Are they out of their minds? What do they... I don't really know what they, like, think of us. Like, what do they think that people are capable of? And are, like, willing to grind for 50 VC. Like, they're definitely thresholds. There are definitely some thresholds. That's so weird. Yeah, what's going on, Not? How are you doing, dude? Alright, we got our Jordan apparel, we got our Technician. let's go and play a quick Divot Derby to try and knock out some quests. And then when we are done with that, the next thing we will go and hop into is we'll play the Daily Master ranked tour. So if anybody is interested in that, in about 15 minutes or so, give or take, 10 to 20 minutes. Depends, I guess, on how long this takes. But coming up shortly here, we'll be playing that. So anybody that wants to hop in the Daily Master is more than welcome. You'd be down, Vandy? Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Yeah, I always like to try and play the Daily Master with people if we can. I mean, we'll see as time goes on. As time goes on here, we might stop playing it. I don't know what season 2 is going to look like. I'm trying to get up to the top level of it. And I'm also just trying to get in all the rounds for the quests, so we're probably going to be playing the ranked tours for a bit. But I think it's a fun little thing to play with people. Alright, I'm shanking this one to the right to compensate for the wind. Didn't want to bother taking the time to adjust my tee shot. I'll adjust my approach. Freeze our myth. Kill it. What a shot. What a shot. I mean, not that holing out the first one first matters, but we'll take it. Also, there's the Jordan clothing. So we just got to make sure that we get, 5 holes deep into this and take care of that. Some Oblivion, so we're seeing the Oblivion jank, but in HD. Yeah, so that seems to have been like the worst kept secret, right? I saw rumors of it the past couple of days. I don't know if something leaked or what exactly happened with that, but everybody was talking about it. Bethesda said nothing, Bethesda said nothing, Bethesda said nothing, and then they announced, a stream about it. This is gonna be in the bunker or something. No. They announced a stream about it, and then they dropped the game. During that. Got leaked last week. Gotcha. Did my son calm down? For the time being, my wife had to go in. I did not look and see how much power was needed for that putt. My wife had to go in and kind of redo bedtime with him. We think he's got allergies because he's super mouth breathy and congested and has been sneezing a bunch today. And so I think he didn't take a great nap, and I think he's having a hard time sleeping because of that. And so then I don't know if he's having a hard time sleeping, and then he gets up and he can hear me, which normally he just sleeps through me being up here. Now, the plan is going forward to I'm gonna go right in this bunker, aren't I? The plan is to this year finish our basement and move my office down into the basement. So I'll have my own space and kind of be away from everything. That's why I normally go up and choke the shot down, but I don't have the choke shot. I at least have the pick shot. But yeah, until we get our basement finished and I get a separate space, I am up like a room over from my son's bedroom, which makes my volume sometimes problematic. I feel like when we started streaming from the new house and stuff, I talked a lot quieter. I was a lot more self-aware. But as time has gone on, I've become more comfortable and he hasn't responded negatively to it, so I've been able to speak at a more normal volume and not really have any issues. So gotta try and stay a little bit aware of it, but I don't know, I get excited and have a good time while streaming and stuff, and definitely, yeah, when we get excited and get a little worked up, the voice goes up. I can feel that these greens are really slow. These must be the, like, 86 greens or whatever. I feel like we've played this course a few times now. So are you gonna be playing, like, is anybody gonna be playing the Oblivion remaster? I don't have, so my story with Oblivion back in high school, I think it was before Skyrim came out. I borrowed Oblivion from a friend, and I got to a quest where you had to, like, turn in all of your gear to go in for this, like, we'll call it interview. I don't remember the exact context of it, but interrogation, interview kind of thing. You had to turn in all your gear, and on that loading screen, the game froze. Like, I was just locked out. And so I stopped playing and I gave it back to him. And then a number of years later on Twitch, we decided to play it. And it was not my favorite. I don't know if it was just playing it like a decade plus removed, 15 years removed from when it came out, or if it was, I don't know, I feel like we had a really bad time with, I think we ended up being a vampire. I think that was part of it, and that didn't really go great. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. Like, it has been a number of years since we played Oblivion. But I just don't have that, like, nostalgia for it. Don't have that nostalgia for it like others do. Oh, that's really gonna hang out there, huh? It's gonna just slow up because it's 82 greens. A few hours going around Imperial City and helping yourself to every food item so you can make potions to sell. Forgot about not over leveling. Because what's the deal with over leveling? Like, I know Oblivion has some like jank mechanics and stuff. Oh, the world scales to your level, right? And then there's like some agility ability, if I remember correctly, right? You picked up Night Rain. Night Rain, though, I thought Night Rain came out. I thought Night Rain came out at the end of May or something like that. Is there like an early access that's like fully available? Oh, you just put in the pre-order. Okay, okay. I gotcha. Oh, that just dies. Okay, got it. We're gonna lose. Okay. Absolute bomb of a putt there. Some Steam credits, so you picked up the pre-order. Gotcha. If they made apart from visuals, did they change any of the leveling? It's a remaster map, so I wouldn't think so. Right? Typically a remaster is like just like a visual overhaul for the most part. Whereas remakes, they might tweak some actual parts of the game mechanics, if I understand correctly. That being said, I have no idea if they change anything, but going off of not saying that you know, Oblivion jank sounds like there's a lot of the old stuff still present. I mean, sometimes in the remaster they tweak some things, like I remember with the Dark Souls remaster there being some small things to it. Yeah, that changed like how the like move swap and like rolling and stuff worked, but yeah, everybody handles those a little bit differently. Oh, they did patch out some of the glitches? I mean, that does make sense. Can't say I'm entirely surprised by that. Alright. I think that's a good landing spot for the quests and such. So let's head on over to the ranked tours. We can do the daily master, and then we can start hopping into some True Sim, and then after True Sim, maybe we can run some ranked duos to try and finish things off. Marigot Cove Golf Club. I'm very curious to see how our finish from yesterday fares, but that hasn't seemed to have processed yet. So yeah, if anybody wants to hop in for the daily ranked tours, you are more than welcome. I'll put the room codes or the room code into the chats. So if anybody is down for that, you are more than welcome to join. We are gonna take a quick break here, so stretch your legs, grab a drink, grab a snack, you know, do what you gotta do. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Again, if anybody wants to play the daily master, codes in the chat, feel free to hop in. We will get going in just a few minutes, but appreciate y'all being here. And yeah, maybe leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying. Help me out immensely, and see you in a few minutes.
It's raining!
Ads. Alright, we are back. Sorry about the wait. Went down to talk to the wife real quick. My son is, yeah, he's just not having a good time trying to sleep. He's sitting up again, but this time it was not from me talking, but I'm going to try and make sure I keep my voice relatively down. Alright, let's get at it, Vandy. Good luck, good luck. Alright, hopefully after playing the Pro-Am we still have a swing. We might have to make some feel adjustments here on the first couple of holes. But we've been swinging pretty well. It's been a minute since we played Marigot, so maybe we'll make some good. Maybe we'll make some good shots. Okay, a little push. It's a-okay. It's a-okay. Let's see here, 170. Wind's playing in a little bit. I think this 8-iron's gonna be pretty nice, to be honest. I closed the face. That's so left. That's so left. Gotta hop this short so that it bleeds on. Wow. Okay. Some definite misjudgment in terms of how much that's gonna roll out. I'm trying to play that chip from near side. I know like the cheesy easy thing is to just play this super flop. But I hate that. I always want to give myself an opportunity, but you have to do a better job. 15-mile-an-hour winds? Jeez. I feel like with it being so far downhill, you're probably going to play like 20. Just play me 10 short. A little bit closed. How's the distance though? Okay. That played way more. That played way more. Not exactly the greatest of openers here. That's not gonna stay up. Come on, Colby. I mean, we've missed a bunch of inputs. Probably forced myself into a wind read too early. Yeah, I'm like snapping the face closed here right now. That's what I was scared of, Vandy. That's exactly what I was scared of. But then again... Yeah, this is all I could do. All I could do was go left side of the green here. I don't have enough legs to take this thing straight on. All right, it's a 54 footer. That means I actually have a chance to make a 50 plus foot putt. Slow moving from left to right. It's gonna go low. Ah, it's not bad. It's really not bad. Okay, I mean, it's a birdie. Is there a world where you drive this and have a good time? I feel like this is just a bait, right? I feel like it's just a bait. Okay, why is my grip giving me so many close? %. I'm like getting in my head, Rob. I'm getting in my head on my swing now. We were doing fine a second ago. But this is like the dangerous game. Like when you're locked and loaded, it's like you can't miss. But as soon as you start to get a little bit out of rhythm and start having to search for your swing, it is a very, very dangerous game to be playing. Like a very dangerous game to be playing. It's more what we need. Swing path is still a touch off, but we're getting closer to it. Getting closer to it. Friendly rock? Oh no, Vandy, what happened? Oh geez, you're over all the way on the other side of the green. Hot dang. Shouldn't have stung it. Shouldn't have stung it. Just should have taken the 3-wood like I initially thought was a good idea to do. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I'm not. That's the problem. There's the swing. There's the swing we're looking to take. Close it onto that slope where the rock lived. Benny, I don't know if we've talked about it. Where did you qualify? Where did you qualify at for TGC? Because I feel like I saw it at some point, but I don't quite remember. just doesn't turn. Just doesn't turn that much. Jeez, man. Kinetic. Okay, I was fairly certain that that was it, but I didn't want to misspeak and offend you. Be like, nah, man, I qualified for plat. What do you mean kinetic? 2 good rounds, 2 other rounds. I mean, that's always the hardest thing, right? Is putting together 4. For me, it's been largely about, I mean, obviously there's a lot has to do with your approach game and what kind of opportunities you give yourself, but for me, it has largely been how's the putter. Just because my swing consistency has been a lot greater than that of my putting consistency. Alright, if this lands like 195-ish, 6 iron into, or a 5 iron into that downslope. I feel like I need to loft it and play it over here. So that way it lands short enough so it can get forward and then go left. So I feel like if I don't loft it, we're gonna land and go behind the hole. Need to probably play about half loft. But I'll absolutely take that. I'll absolutely take the eagle. Eagle is big. Eagle is big there. Guess we have to get this on the ground, right? Take the drive and just get it down into this little gully. So I feel like every other time I take the 3-wood and lay it back, and then my approach shot is like a 5 iron coming into this. This is entirely different now. This is entirely different now. I want to see how this plays. It's a couple yards to the side. Like, does this wind bring it back, or does this completely kill it? Well, I left the face open, so I'm not gonna really know. I left the face open, we hit the fairway, get a fairway bounce. I hate fairway bounces. Hate fairway bounces. I have such a hard time because I feel like on so many of those, I make that exact same, in my head, I make that exact same aim and we miss it high. So when we miss them low, it's always like, what do you mean? What do you mean that's low? Kind of like the choked approach here. Oh, what a time to hit quads. The choked approach would have been a lot better if I don't know, had the wind play to some extent. I feel like I played that on the left-hand side for the wind to drift it back to the right, and I don't know if it's because it's choked with that lower approach angle or what, but it just held up to the side. That's something that I gotta be a lot better about. Okay, we're starting to get some better swings. It's a matter of can we keep that up consistently. Obviously, we want to do well in True Sim. Tomorrow night's the one that it matters quite a bit more for. I'm gonna go stock. I'm gonna go stock on this hybrid. I don't want to do anything too crazy. Getting a bunch of quad perfects. Yeah, I mean we were definitely in between it, because that's 4 yards past, about a 7-yard drop off. So if I take the choked, I mean maybe the choked is the play because the choked rolls out a little bit more. There we go. Come on. Okie doke, what's going on? Redeeming over 9,000 channel points. Just like that. Appreciate you spending the time here to rack all those points up. Hope you're doing well. Four inches short right in the heart. Oh no, Vandy. Feels bad, man. Alright, we're gonna get about another, what, 16 yards carry on this? Seven yards of bounce and roll out. I'm gonna take a little bit off of this 5-iron. Just kind of go just off to the side. Guess I overshaped it and we're fading it. I thought we were still kind of drawing it in there. That's the Midas touch. That's the Midas touch. Yo, Mr. Mojo, welcome back. How we doing today? Football as well? Okay, now I actually want to play the fade. Now I actually want to play the fade. Uh-oh. Vandy, where are you going? Taking a little travel. I want to be right of the hole, so I'm gonna play it a little bit more to the right. I feel like mid fairway? Oh, it looked on mine. It looked like you were going out into the rocks. I don't know if that was just from my own ball flight or if that was just showing incorrectly on my end. Yeah, it looked like you were heading into the rocks in the rough off to the right hand side. Get in there. Yum. 101 perfect power drive, anybody? Any power drivers? Okay, played it right edge to kick down. Yeah, it looked like where you were going on my end, like you were going way offline. You know what? I should play it into the backstop. Well, or I could hit the flag. Oh. That was inches from the dunk. That was inches from the dunk. Alright, well that's eagle number 3 on the round. all set up by that that lovely, lovely power drive. And when you're hitting your points and you can hit a 101 power drive. Now I don't know about going so far as like hitting like an overpowered power drive, like trying to go for like the big, I'll call it 103 plus, but like 107, 108. I don't know about that. All right. Hey, that's a 400-yard fairway in regulation. I need those. I need those actually quite a lot. Okay. Right now, looking like this could carry me into the 280s. 8 yards of bounce and rollout. Feel like I need to take a little bit out of that so it can hit this upslope. Take a little bit of speed. Ah. Yeah, I needed to partial that quite a bit more. But hey, that's a GUR from 230 out. We need those. We need those. These aren't drifting a ton. That's an American. That's 4 eagles in what, a 7-hole span? 8-hole span, something like that? Yeah, what's going on, Bruiser? Welcome back. Happily overwhelmed with the amount of streamers giving you content. Happy to be a participant in the content machine. I still don't know how to play this one. Like, do you play a 5-iron here? Does the 5-iron kick forward and get enough distance? Like 15 yards off of a fairway kick? I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to do it this way. Kick left, isn't it? You know what? That is exactly how you play that. That is exactly how you play that. A nice you. What a stretch. What a stretch. Simply can't have enough streams open and enjoy it all at once. I mean, there are still... I would think there's still some multi-stream apps and stuff out there. But the caveat to that, obviously, is you gotta be on PC. I don't think there's any multi-stream stuff on mobile. I left the face open. It's gonna be short. Ugh. There we go. Almost left that one low. Do you happen to be on PC? Used it for watching esports before. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if those still work the same way, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know with any of the changes that Twitch has made over the years if there's anything funky about it. But yeah, I know that you could definitely use those multi-stream ones in the past to be able to have a few open. I just know with some of the ad stuff, it embeds. I guess it was more the embeds than the ads. They started to get a little bit weird. There we go. All right, so after a slow start, we still managed to get to 18. And by slow start, I mean we parred the first 2 holes, but we went 12 under on the back 9. 12 under on the back 9. Few scores going into the turn. Yeah, that was a lot of eagles, Vandy. That was so many eagles. Just went on an absolute run. All right, so I can't wait to get no merits for that round. We'll get some points. We'll get no merits. I'm hoping that the round from yesterday gives us some merits because we didn't play as well. That seems to be how it works. Bought a case of the close in the middle of that round. Yeah, I had a little bit of a case of the push-pull and some close at the very start, hence those early pars, but got ourselves straightened away. Slinging Slugger, thank you for the follow. All right, now it is time. Now it is time. Let's get in here and do some True Sim. How do merit points work exactly? They don't work. They don't work the way that they're supposed to. Effectively, what they're supposed to do is you get merits based on how you finish, and then those merits are supposed to give you like season-long rewards at the end. Yeah, the more merits you get, the divisions. You know, if you gain enough merits, you move up divisions. If you lose merits, it's supposed to be kind of like ranked, right, with the bogey up to Condor. But they don't work properly. They've been bugged for a while now. All right, so we got round 3 of True Sim playing off. Looks like the back tees again. I hate that this menu is like just faded enough that you can barely read anything. I wins out of the north and then defaults across the board. Let's just refresh our memory here on what those defaults are. Firm, and fairly quick. So gotta put ourselves into good positions. Look out for some bounces and different things, but most of all, high winds are gonna test us a little bit. So hopefully we can hit some good inputs, take out that side of the game, and maybe we can get it close and make some putts. Thousands on the leaderboard and you only had a few. Yeah. If you played like a lot early on, your merits are probably racked up pretty high. I've been hard stuck at like 800 merits for a while, even though the past number of tournaments I've finished inside like the top 20. So yeah, not exactly great. All right, let's get after it. Oh, I forgot that the vibration was off. That threw me off. After playing the master round there, I was like, why isn't it vibrating at the top of my swing? Okay, so firm and fast, we probably want to get it down to somewhere in this 178 to 180 range with it being a tailwind. So an 8-iron choked approach seems like a decent bet to me. It's uphill. And 67. Actually, I'm afraid that this is gonna land a little bit short and not get as much roll. So let's take a full. Let's take a full 8. There's the strike. It's peeling off to the right. We're a little bit offline, but it's rolling left to right. Sit down. Oh, geez. The way that rolls, maybe I do play the choked. That's kind of tough. I mean, I would think that based on how that just went, we would have some right to left up this hill. It's just a matter of how much. 161's a foot uphill. I gotta give it some extra pace. I want to make sure that I mean, we got to play it just mostly in a way that we can get up and down. Don't want to put it too far away here. Turn hard left. Turn hard left. Oh, you son of a gun. We almost made the eagle. I'll take it easy, bird. Clubs and player specs, Ryan. So I've got driver, 3-wood, 3 hybrid, and then I've got 4 iron down through the rest of the bag. That's at least my club setup. As far as my like specs go, I'm a sculptor. I think I have 79 power and the rest into contact. My driver I have out at like 99 power. My 3-wood and 3 hybrid have like 2 power fittings on it, and then the rest is in contact and swing path. So I have like 80, I want to say I have 81 contact and swing path on those, and the rest of my clubs are 85 swing path contact. 90 shaping. I think a balance of transition and rhythm, and then on my putts I'm pretty heavily into transition and rhythm. Hey, what's going on, Baffled? Good to see you, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Alright. Let's throw this wedge up there, let it drift over. Oh, that is a great line. Gotta convert this. Little bit right to left. I'm gonna put it right edge. Hit it with some pace. There we go. Better overall than a 99 technician. I think if you have the ability to hit your points consistently, you get an advantage by playing something like a sculptor. I like having the shaping a lot. I like having the extra power. I think it's just a very, very powerful build. Oh, it flew. And then it's downhill. That's such a tight window. I didn't think we were gonna carry that far. How did that wind play that much? Wow. Okay. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. It's saying it breaks right to... I mean, maybe, like, in this pathway it does. Kinda in a bowl up the hill. 3 feet up, 161s. Gonna have to add some pace here. $89. Ah, jeez. Nah, it was a pretty flat putt. It was a pretty flat putt. That's really tough. I don't think I'm ever getting that right. I don't think I'm ever getting that one right. Holy cow. I only got the 102. Trying to just throw this out here as far as I can. So what, balls above the feet, wind's bringing it back. We've got a bunch of green to work with. That's a staircase, so this is breaking right to left. So we want to try and maybe be on this right little area. I mean, right now that's downhill. Downhill, lie downhill, and then the wind kind of holds this thing back up. I mean, we could very easily still lose, like... What is that? That's probably like 13. I still lose like 6, which means that all of this downhill kind of gets negated. 180 bounces, a little bit of rollout. I'm gonna give it just a touch through. And we're about a half a club short. Just about a half a club short there. Yeah, right to lefter. I'm not too crazy worried about the pace. Feels like it's more at the start. See, that's always so tough. Feels like it's a lot of break at the start, still breaking the rest of the way, but something like here. Oh, just off. Just off. That's pretty good read. We'll tap in for birdie. We'll tap in for birdie. What do we got here? Oh, this is drivable again. Now, last time we tried to drive this, we ended up kicking off to the right-hand side short when the pin was over here. I feel like I can go after this one because it's uphill. Yeah, 44. 296, which means that's carried about 281. A little bit of wind. Can try and underswing this just a touch. I left the face open. That's kind of like underswinging just a touch. Kick forward more than right. Gosh darn it. This is like exactly what happened last time. How does it always end up over here? How does it always end up over here? I feel like the safe play is to just pick it. There is definitely a play here to splash it. Because the splash shot, to be fair, gives us a little bit of opportunity to try and score. I don't know if this is a bad idea or not. So well judged. So well judged. Alright, I mean, we're still making a few scores here out the gate. You know, despite that second hole, I think we've scored everything else, so not a bad place to be. Now, we're just kind of awkwardly between clubs here. This is 105 pin. It's probably... This choke shot here is probably played about 5 yards long. And it's choked, so trying to get it to spin is not exactly easy. I'm gonna try and throw it up in the wind. Not sure how this is gonna play. Good angle. And there's the long. Does it have any bite? Okay, it has a little bit having been thrown up into the wind. I didn't feel comfortable taking more shape on that. Oh, whoa. Whoa, now. I mean, that might have been a touch slower than I wanted it to come off the putter face, but hot dang, that just snapped. I did not see that happening. Alright, I'm gonna hit 3-wood and we'll play with whatever happens. I say, if it rolls all the way down this hill and we have like a partially kind of shot, it's definitely not the end of the world. Okay, I need something a little bit shorter than this. The one thing that we did just learn is I can play more shape into this 50 and it's going to stop, so I'm gonna definitely use that to our advantage here. Definitely use that to our advantage here. Throw this up a little bit more. It's a little bit of spin, so that's the only negative. Uphill, right to left breaker. I mean, we're not gonna get anything from this because it's breaking this way, right? I'll look up the slope. To be honest, I don't see much from that angle, but from this angle I'm seeing the right to left. No way, man. Oh, that was such a good read. Just low. Just low. Okay, so a couple of very near misses here. Still playing well. We're only a couple back of Sloaner, who, I mean, to be fair, we were a couple back of him to start the round, so I think we've maybe gained, yeah, we maybe made up one stroke here in the early going. Downhill and into wind. This 6-iron, I think. How does that get left open? It's so weird. Sometimes you feel like you move the joystick one way. Like, I definitely felt like I closed it there a bit. But yeah, apparently that closed feel ended up actually not being the case. A little bit left to right. Ball's a little above my feet. Splash shot. Trying to give this a chance. A little too far. A little bit too far. Alright, so we're the same back from Sloaner, but he's got 2 holes ahead of us, so if we can do something here, we'll be in a good spot. Ooh, is that too far? I'm actually... We'll take the stinger. I think the stinger will put us in a good spot. And maybe we could have played the 3-wood, or yeah, to get in a position here where like we could take more club so that we don't have as much like spin control stuff to worry about. But then again, it's probably fine. I'm gonna play this choked approach. I think we just play it stock. I think we just play it stock and go from there. That should help with spin. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We'll get in there for a bird. What's going on, Greg? Found one of my videos a few weeks ago. Pretty legit at 2K. Appreciate that. How are you doing? We try our best. We definitely try our best. How far down is that? 45? I mean... Then it bounds down. I'm actually gonna take 3-wood. Kind of fadey. And a little bit overpowered. I feel like if we take the full driver here, we could end up getting down into some dangerous territory. Trying to keep it so that my wedges are fully in play. Now downhill lie is gonna de-loft this a little bit. I still kind of like this angle, but I want to take a little bit off of it so that our bounce is not so crazy. That came out a little bit more left. Still putting ourselves in positions for putts. I mean, we've missed a fair amount of 5-footers just because sometimes these things break a little bit more than you can tell. Because what, you're putting a little bit of pace into it. And look at that, making adjustments. Not missing that one low. Not missing that one low. How often we hit perfects? Yeah, honestly, it surprises me sometimes. I mean, you definitely get into a groove, and like once you get a grip and stuff that makes things start to click, that helps tremendously. I'll just check this down a little bit. Like, I struggled out the gate when I got this game, playing the demo and stuff. Worked on it, tried to, try and mess around, find the feel and everything that works for me, and then once we got that, then things really started to happen. 7-iron? Yeah, if we land at like 170 or so. We land at like 170 or so. The problem is this is a little bit short. This feels like a risk. That's probably something we can't be short on, right? Probably something we can't be short on. It's playing 183. I'm gonna play the backspin on the 6-iron. Like, this is most definitely going to run us still out the back. But, oh, I didn't want to play that 97%. Why was that partialed? The default aim marker was partialed and I didn't catch it. I have to just try and play a super flop and like hope for the best. It says it's in a good lie, but I don't know where the ball's gonna go. So yeah, we're yeah. That sucks. That sucks. I don't really know what was going on there. Partially much? No, BJ. I partial sometimes, like if I get forced into areas where I have to partial. I'll partial like picks. Things where I can see the green, you know, and kind of guesstimate my marker about, but on like the longer stuff, I'm only hitting partials if I have gotten myself like inside my 60-degree territory and I can't pitch it. Can't pitch it with confidence. Oh, come on. We've had just a couple of those miss just a touch low. Doing alright until you start a new character with the opposite swing bias to try it out? Well, yeah, switching swing bias, that'll definitely do you in. Smart me should play technically a left-handed character with the fade bias so that I can swing the same way and have the added benefit of the same swing for flops and super flops, but I have not gotten to that point yet. Where's the flag? There's the flag. Into the wind. Come on, sit. Sit, 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 sit. Beautiful. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bit more with the Origin in 25. Need to learn the shaping a bit better. It's honestly not even the shaping. It's a lot of course management. A lot of course management, using some choked approaches, things of that nature. That is kind of wide open. So let's just take the power drive. Of course I found a tree. And the water. Cool. Well, that's lovely. The power drive must have had a lower flight. Maybe I should have just taken a regular drive. 100 yards. I guess I should have just taken a regular drive and put the loft on it to get it up and over. Dang. Game does seem very forgiving when you're shooting from crazy rough. Yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously the big thing is when you don't have, you know, the exact numbers. It certainly makes it a bit tougher. 124 is what I need to carry. 28. Wait, this is probably carrying about 130 or so. Trying to shave off with some shaping here, but trying to play it as carefully as I can because I don't want to be too short. And I don't want to bring that water too much into play. This is Tobacco Road. Who do I think's gonna take the Lowry tournament tanker? I have not a clue, dude. I have not the slightest idea. Zurich, that's the team one, right? I mean, Lowry's a pretty lethal. I forget who he plays with, but pretty lethal in that sort of a setup. Oh, come on, we're gonna miss that one high. Ugh. We've missed so many putts by such small margins. We're getting pulled away on. Is Rory his normal partner, Ren? I kind of thought so. But I wasn't 100% certain. 316, 328. I mean, we could go like 330. I didn't go for it last time, but I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of feeling it. I don't think I was aimed quite online. I don't think I was aimed quite online to begin with. 25 yards out. A little bit of a roll, maybe? Not a bad effort. Not a bad effort. Like just a touch left to right, yeah. Ren, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Probably shocking for them not to win. I mean, the way that Rory's been playing and the way that Lowry's been playing, I mean, I'd have to see the field to really come up with a pick, but they've also won that one in the past, right? Like, they're not strangers to success there, I don't believe. So they're probably a pretty good pick. I mean, it'll be Rory's first tournament post Masters. But I don't know if Masters hangover is really going to be much of a concern. I'll spin back. That's not quite the direction it needed to spin. I'm seeing right to left on that. A little bit more in the middle. I mean, I was correct. I just, for whatever reason, can't get myself to play enough. Can't quite get myself to play that. It's probably because I've missed too many low side by just a hair. Or, I don't know, I've been missing them on both sides of the hole. Not really getting consistent break reads out here. Alright, this tee shot is playing pretty much right around in high, so I'm going to put a little bit into it. Flags over there. Just toss this thing up. Just a towering shot. I mean, the thing is, we've had great proximity, but I have not been necessarily, like, great at hammering these putts home inside 10 feet. Like, just through the course of this tournament, we have missed a lot of medium-length putts. I'm gonna go 3-wood. We're gonna try and overpower the 3-wood. But if I go driver, I think we get ourselves too far down there, and I want to leave myself as full of a wedge as possible. 130. Squeeze it through a little bit. Ball starts right. Slightly uphill, but ball starts right, wind holds back left. That didn't even start anywhere near to the right. Probably because it's a wedge. Spam risk, go away. Go away, I'm in the middle of true sim. Not that I would answer anyway, but especially not now. Feel like, what am I looking at here? I mean, it's ball below the feet. For the first, like, third, and then it flattens out. Osvix, thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. And I missed it low. Well, not as good as the first two rounds. It's a clean card. It's a clean 9 under. We have missed a lot of medium putts through this tournament. No trouble so far with True Sim, Lucas? No, but we're still just not as good as Sloaner and Scud are. And unfortunately, that's where I'd like to be, especially like our proximity being as good as it is. I can't be missing that many. I can't be missing this many opportunities. I don't know if I'm just putting it to the wrong spot, or if my reads are just bad, or if I need to hammer it even more. Yeah, because Scud put up another 15, but like if we look at, this is gonna make me really sad. 15-foot proximity to hole. I'm sub 50 medium putts. It was really bad this round. And I made none of my long putts. So like we're hitting it close and we are missing a lot. 57% one putt. So just got to convert some of those. We convert some of those and you know all of a sudden we're up there with those guys. Cuz I don't know if I'm able to look at the full leaderboard here. 70, there's 70+%, right? So I make 30% more putts. What, I'm at 23 putts, so 30%, we'll call it like another 7. Right? 7 extra putts made. That's 39, right? Like now we're right there in between Scud and Sloaner. So it's those tiny things. It's those tiny things. But we'll get there. We're striking the ball really well and we're putting it close, which is a good starting point. And I think as we get better at reading these putts on plat and stuff with grids, we should hopefully be able to translate those visuals into True Sim. But we gotta take a quick break here in between rounds. We have to appease the Twitch ecosystem and run ads, but we take a break here so nobody misses anything. So go grab a drink, go stretch your legs, do what you gotta do. We'll be back in like 3 minutes And yeah, if you're new here and enjoying, drop a follow, drop a sub, and if you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the YouTube videos if you're watching over there, helps me out immensely. But yeah, we've got round 4 True Sim left, and then we're gonna run some ranked duos to end the stream. So if anybody's interested in that, stick around. All right, see you in 3. BRB.
It's raining!
Ads. All right. Always worth it for the It's Raining ads. It's one of the things I find more clever that I've done. All right, round 4. So we're playing all 4 rounds off these back tees. Medium wins. We're playing defaults again. So it's been the same like firmness and green speed throughout, which is definitely good for up here. Hopefully we can make some more proper reads. I think we have to read a little bit more break into some of these. But medium wins and the same firmnesses and stuff, we should be able to use that to our advantage, I would think. Best build, you're new to this game, Ren? I would say for a new player, a technician is going to be the way to go. I think, personally, like something like a sculptor, maybe a magician, is kind of like that next step above the technician, but there are still top guys that play technician all the way through. But technician offers a lot of forgiveness. Yeah, you sacrifice some power, but your contact and swing path points are gonna be quite high. So I feel like if you landed over here with the 211, The way that this thing bounced and rolled. Okay, there's the strike. This is what we're looking for. Because from what I remember of how this ball rolled out in the last round, it fed down here from left to right down the hill. And I have banked that knowledge. And I feel like we played that pretty dang well. Come on, let's cash it in. We've got an 8-footer. It's up the hill. Little bit on the right to left front. Need pace. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Am I really just misreading them that much? I guess so. I guess so. Okay. I just need to be better with it. Ooh. Ooh, that missed input. Not great. I'm gonna have to play this thing out to the right. Or you just... What the heck? I mean, I was so far off on the amount of power I needed to have, but that went left. Technician, 99 contact, 99 swing path, 300-yard drives. Yeah, but you say 300-yard drives, but you're talking about 300-yard net, right? No. No. Come on now. Don't do that to me. Cause I have like actual 300-yard drives. My carry is 296. I like the power that I have. This is like down in that valley, right? This is down in that valley. 141, 148. Probably playing just short of the 140. And give it that little bit, but I feel like we can go pretty well right at this. It's like a baby fade. Oh, I need to kick down the hill. Go down towards the hole. Go down towards the hole. Get left. I mean, that's in makeable putt territory. It's at least in makeable territory. 301 is 30 yards downhill and downwind. 274 carry, 300 total on most courses. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible, but yeah, my point being, can carry it nearly 300. There's 335. I personally like having the little bit extra distance. Find it to be quite helpful. Eight yards. Don't think we're gonna give it just a touch. Just a touch. Need that bounce and a little bit of release towards the hole. Okay, we're like pin high. But yeah, I just like the ability to shorten the course. Having longer irons in, or shorter irons in and wedges, I find to be quite useful. Ball's above the feet. Okay. So I've missed so many low, and then we over adjust that. I can't quite seem to read it right. Can't quite seem to read it right. Okay, that close might just help us out, because we've been kicking so far right every single time. I will gladly take that. Yeah, I mean, I have plus 20 power fittings on mine as well. Puts me to 99 power. Yo, Scotty, what's going on, dude? Thank you very much for the raid. Grenade, how we doing? Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, my name's Colby. If you have not met me yet, we're playing some True Sim right now. So if you really like no assists of any kind and panning around greens and looking at no scout cam and just looking at a yardage book, you're in the right place. We're playing True Sim tonight. We are playing our main tours tomorrow. Playing some main tour action. But yeah, hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good stream, Scotty. What were you up to? Rio, what's going on, dude? Welcome back. Little bit left to right, and then it looks like we go right to left up the hill in the latter portions of this. I'm a little bit scared because I can't quite get a read on... It feels downhill. But I gotta get off of this fringe. What are we looking at here? 65%? Oh, that broke way more right or left to right. Does come back. Was fairly straight, but a little bit more downhill behind there. Okay, up the hill, left to righter. We've been missing these, which I don't really want to jinx myself. Hot dang. Get in there, RJ. 20 streams in a row. Hot dang. Cybertruck guy is back on the qualifying leaderboard in first. Thought he was betting. No, so the way that the fair play stuff works is your scores will get pulled. You're not instantly banned. You have like multiple forgivenesses until they axe you. So he got pulled from the main qualifying. If things are deemed to be fishy again, you know, and he gets pulled again, then we might start running into that territory of like actually getting banned. But as it stands now, you know, it looks like he's attempting again. Yeah, what's going on, Casey? Yeah, we definitely opted for the putter there. All course design. We make good progress there, Scotty. You were in first now. I did see that. I did see that. Nice shooting, dude. Okay, this. Just need to like visualize the putt. There we go. There we go. I've been knocking so many of those low and they break a ton. So I need to do a better job at visualizing those ones. Rancho Walnutto. I love it. What a name. Because isn't there was a course like Rancho Arroyo or something? What was the... There was some TGC Rancho course at some point, right? I'm not making that up. 100 yards is going to go back here. I need to kind of flight at that 92. They're telling us to partial at this 90%. I'm gonna put a little bit onto it. Do we trust it? I kind of feel like we have to. Kind of feel like we have to trust it. See, I didn't even need to play the... I didn't even need to add the... or take the spin off of it. Silly Colby. Silly Colby, what are you doing? Okay, if you're a little breaker the whole way, how do you view that? How do you view that? How do you view that? Here? Gosh. Oh! I gave up on it early. I gave it the early, gosh darn it. I gave it the early, gosh darn it, and then it held. Only got 10 under third round, so it'll go down. Missing putts in a few dry... Yeah, missing putts is big. That's the big thing for me. That's the big thing for me personally. Little choke 7. I think that's peeling off a little bit too far to the right. Yeah, that basically was like plug-in. That basically was like plug-in. That was weird. I pushed it into the hole. All right, pushed it into the hole. That's okay. That's okay with me. Compensation for the mud ball, I guess. Yeah, we'll take 3 wood. Watching my stream has helped a lot. Thanks for the tips over. Oh, absolutely. I am always more than happy to divulge any information that I can. You know, I try and do my best to make things make sense. I mean, obviously I can only do so much with making people hit their shots, but if I can help to get you aimed in the right way or manage the course better, then you know, always happy to help. See, from that angle, it looks like it's below the feet. It definitely, like, second half breaks. Breaks left to right. Whoa. Okay. There was some weird foot beatiness to that I did not see. That snapped hard right to left. That was funky. It was like in a weird... Thought you could avoid buying the Titleist hat for the weekly quest by playing a pro that wears one? Oh, that's clever. That's a clever idea. Yeah, it's unfortunate that doesn't work though. If I go... Take the iron. I feel like if I play the fade... we'll be in a good enough spot with the wedge. Alright, so playing 100, playing this in 56 down the hill. I feel like this should be spot on. Rhythms have been pretty good. Come on, that wind was supposed to bring it back to the left more. Spin it back toward the left? No. Can't even buy one? It's like a level 7 sponsored tier reward? Oh no. Yeah, that sponsor stuff takes absolutely forever. See, this doesn't look like anything crazy. But the way that it's breaking at the hole, given the look of the flag, has me very concerned. I'm gonna put it just outside and hit it firm. That was really deceiving. Why was the flag leaning so hard? I don't know why. Don't know why the flag had so much tilt to it. Really funky. Alright, I probably could have afforded to maybe play a little fade on that, but that wind actually holds it up pretty close to the right edge of this fairway. Alright, par 5, and we're actually going to have a look at this. We've got 163 is kind of our landing area. Uphill, and with this wind, 5-yard landing, I mean, I think we just have to give it a run at it. I don't need to do anything too crazy. I'm gonna play a little bit of loft just because of the downhill slope here. But this is a lower flighted shot. Ball's below the feet and up the hill. It still does peel off to the right. Oh, we're coming back down a little bit. Okay. A little bit of a bowl. It was kind of straightish through here. This to me is reading some left to right. Mostly in that last little bit. Little peel and then hard peel at the end. There we go, Simon. Little eagle action. Things you love to see. Yeah, like, we just laid this back. 240s is great, which means easy 4-iron off the tee. Get it down in the fairway. And then that's going to give us... Well, we're kind of in an awkward spot here. That's 150 front. We're on an uphill. I could take a bunch off this way and probably take it back to like 98 and try and sit it. Because that's going to go... It's above the feet, so it's going to go out and that wind's going to take it something like here, I think. We're hitting a lot of quads. I mean, front tucked pin, and to be able to get the 9-iron to sit like that, that's pretty nice. Little below the feet and up the hill. What a conversion. What a conversion. What's going on, Edward? Finally installed the game. Plays real good. Got a question, though. The clubs you buy can be used for any of your characters. Don't need to rebuy them. Level them back up as they'll be cores again. Yes. Yeah, so any clubs that you unlock are usable by any of the characters. The caveat being that, yeah, each character is fitted and upgraded separately, but the clubs and apparel are unlocked across all characters. Okay, we are making sure that we carry this over the trees this time. Oh no, don't hit the same tree. Don't hit the same tree. Thank goodness. That was really bad luck the last round. I need to be more left. I mean, but it's round 4, so it doesn't matter. 118. Problem is this wind. We're just kinda awkward here. 56 to, I mean, what do we have to work with? 106 to the front. I probably realistically want to be closer to like the 108. 107. Wind. What is this? Slightly above my feet. It's uphill. Not bad. I mean, it's a pin high eagle putt. I would just love to have been more online with that. I need to. Those lies are troublesome for me. Those lies are definitely troublesome for me. But we're getting a little bit better at those, because that's another eagle. We've missed a few low, but now we're starting to feel them out. I mean, this 9-iron's kind of straight at it, yeah? Nine iron's kind of straight at it. I shouldn't have played the backspin. Shouldn't have played the backspin. I thought the 9-iron would still release a little bit. It feels just a little bit left to right. Like left edge. Ah, see. That's hard. That's hard to tell. It's like just tilted enough off the flat. Sometimes there's like a clear angle that you can see. That one is like just tough enough. With the wind being in and stuff, I'm not going after it this time. We went after it on the last 15 down the hill, winded, and then bounced down. See, I could have. Yeah, I think this is fine. This should put us into a wedge. 126, 130 the wind, so 126. The wind coming back at us. This is definitely. Just thinking about how that last one went. I'm gonna go here. This might be a little bit long. Oh no, that is spot on. I mean, we've been dropping a ton in over the course of this tournament. It's just converting these, which you would think wouldn't be so bad. You would think wouldn't be so bad, but it's, to me, seems to be the greatest challenge. See that without the grid stash, every shot looks straight. You gotta look nice and hard. Gotta look real close. Now you look at some different indicators. You know, ball relative to your feet. Sometimes the flag will give you some information. Look at it from the sides. You can start to deduce a general slope, and then from there it's just kind of envisioning how that works. We are 46 under par for the tournament. For the current round, we are 14 under. Play a lot of 2K23, never did TGC, played mouse and keyboards, so weird at first without the swing meter. Yeah, you get used to it without the swing meter. It's not, I think even on keyboard and mouse, it's probably not too bad. You just kind of learn what the feel is. Use your character's swing animation as your new meter, effectively. Oh no. There was a slope. Oh man. Alright. Brakes and brakes. I'm just gonna go straight putt. %, power, jeez. That's 100. So there's 88. I added too much. You also really want to pay attention, like, when your shot goes past it. Use that information to your advantage on the return. I think everything here is just a little bit left to right. Can't go too long, so I'm not gonna really go. Broke a little bit more. It's not bad. Unfortunately, we're gonna take a bogey. That round was going really well, but I put a little bit of shape into it, and it spun back off of that hill. Hey, good evening, Smithers. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Glass mouse pad recently. Really like it. Only downside is your arm sticks to it sometimes. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. And then it gets all smudgy. It's like it probably looks really, really nice most of the time. Probably looks really, really nice most of the time. But when it gets smudged, ugh. All right, I'm punching this through a little bit because I think we need it. I think we need it. Oh, that was great. Great call. Nullifies the spin, but more importantly gave me the distance we needed. Little left to righter the whole way. Get in there. Get in there. Spinner Casey, we have to putt on the greens unless we're like 75 feet out. Them's be the rules. Also, just a friendly reminder, as soon as we finish this, which we're on the 18th, so soon TM, we're gonna run some ranked duos. So if anybody wants to play some ranked duos, we're gonna be hopping into that. I gotta get like 3 wins for the weekly challenge. So I'm gonna try and get that done. I'm gonna try and throw this choked approach. Am I still gonna be to the right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too bad. Come on, let's finish off with the birdie. Let's get to 47. It's a little bit right to left. A little bit right to left and down this hill. There we go. There we go. 15 under to finish. 2 eagles on the back 9. We even threw a bogey in there for good measure. That's a good final round. I mean, that's a good tournament overall. You know, our weakness continues to be putting. But the big thing on that 4th round was we actually made some putts. Even though we still missed some putts. You know, we've been just placing the ball close. But that's our formula. Like, we only have won True Sim a couple of times. But when we've won True Sim, we have just put the ball substantially closer. I mean, 15.2 foot proximity. Scud's probably going to make me feel sad, but we were planting the ball. Yeah, 14. But we're second to Scud. We're second to Scud. 15.2, but the real kicker here is, you know, he made 20% more. You know, he made 20% more of the medium putts. 20% of that is what, like 6? We'll call it 6 putts. 6 putts and do we win? No. But 6 putts puts us to 53. Right, so like that's a huge start. That's a huge start. Yeah, very, very solid tournament to start our True Sim. And you can see there is, now this is early in the week, but you can see there is a clear differentiation. Scud isn't normal. Between the top and the next tier. I mean, at least in this first week. But 58 and then 3 in the upper 40s, and then the next scores are right around 30 or lower. Yeah, that's a feels good return to True Sim. That's a feels good return to True Sim. Very happy with the way that we played. Very, very happy with the way that we played that. All right. Anybody want to play some ranked duos? If we've got multiple people, we'll cycle through. But I've got a daily quest if people want to play it. If not, I'll run some ranked solos. You're around if nobody else responds? I mean, so far we've got nothing, Lucas, so we can run it, and then if somebody else wants to get in there, we can rotate. Meter with such a crutch? Cursor you can line up with. Oh, okay, so you went about it that way, Mr. Mojo. I guess the one way that you can kind of maybe relearn the swing is, I know some people will use the ball and the wind meter as their axis, right? Obviously you can't line exactly over it, but you can you can kind of use that as a point of reference. How's Plat been this week so far? We'll find out tomorrow, Smithers. We're going to play rounds 1 and 2 tomorrow. If we make the cut, we'll play rounds 3 and 4 on Thursday. In the past, I had been doing one round a day. With hopping back into True Sim this week, I was trying something different of doing 2 True Sim, 2 True Sim, 2 Plat, and then Thursday 2 Plat if we make it. So, I don't know. Do you guys prefer that? Should I do 1 of Plat, 1 of True Sim each day? I kind of like having the days dedicated, to be honest. Makes it simpler mindset. Probably makes for a better YouTube video then as well. Whatever makes me shoot better. Who knows? Who knows about that? It's kind of on the day, right? Is my swing firing on the day, and am I making good reads? Ooh, that was close to being very bad. 195. Playing downhill. Probably playing about 175 yards. And then whatever the wind's doing to it. What's going on, Santino? Fred Sanford from Sanford and Son. Fred Sanford. I'd argue that I do not. I only know Mumford and Sons. Or like any of the like random local like plumbing and electrician type stuff that seems to be whatever and Son. Back to back, then relearning the game. Yeah, I mean, getting in a groove. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. Oh. Oh? Wow. Okay. Okay. Did not see that coming. Did not see that coming, that's for certain. Oh, he's tucking it. It's because he likes it. It's because he likes it. Sometimes he fakes you out with the tuck though. Sometimes he puts the putter in the pocket and then he misses it. He's like, oh, what do you mean I missed it? What? Try one ran. Yeah, so the thing is, RJ, like back in 21, I used to do, because there was a stretch of time where I was only streaming 3 days. And so I think I did like 2 True Sim on Tuesday, all 4 Plat on Wednesday, and then 2 True Sim on Thursday. And it got to a point where like True Sim wasn't being watched as much, and so it was like, I don't know, maybe to keep the hype for the stream. You know, 2K23 I started spreading out one day. But I'm also trying to like future-proof the stream so that in the future, when the game kind of hits these lulls and stuff, that we can play variety. And I think as much as I want to play golf into variety, I think that like from the YouTube standpoint with videos and thumbnails and just ease of everything, having it as a separate video that is just whatever the variety game is or just the golf. Like, I feel like that's easier. I mean, maybe there'll be some times where we do one into the other. But I think more or less that's kind of the way I'm thinking I want to go about it. So we'll see. I mean, right now I'm really enjoying the golf, and a lot of people seem to also be really enjoying the golf. So I'm not planning on variety content anytime soon, but I did a bunch of impossible challenges in 2K23. They're all on YouTube. Let me see which ones we actually completed. We did a lot of the big ones. We did a lot of the big ones. Also, we're up to 1450 subs on YouTube. Appreciate you all. Impossible. So we completed Predator. We did Dead Arrow Valley. We did Highlands 2K23. We did Central Park AG. And then we did Loopers Only. Loopers Only was by far the hardest one that we did. Maybe we'll try it at some point in this game. In some ways it'll be easier, and in some ways it'll be harder. Like the super flop is probably really, really powerful. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Super flop will be really powerful for some things. The lack of shot shaping ability will make it quite hard though for other things. That gave a little bit more hoppy skippy. Than I thought it was going to. But yeah, so we've done impossible challenges in the past. I've also kind of approached impossible challenges a little bit differently than other content creators have, which is whatever, it doesn't matter. I've kind of gone about it in a way of, instead of like recording an attempt and posting it and just having like a weekly or like whenever attempts, I went about it in a way that like we would just stream it and grind it and I would post the final video. I don't know if for YouTube that was the best way to go about it. But it's also tough because like I really don't have like much of anything in terms of time to be recording and editing stuff. I did have a little bit of time. I have it recorded, I have it edited, I have it uploaded. I just need to make the thumbnail for it. I do have a video for our True Sim career mode. So I'm hoping to have that out on Friday. I think Monday is technically ideal because that's something to watch pre-stream, but you can also look at it as, you know, Friday people can watch the Thursday stream if they missed it, or yeah, they have that to watch. But I don't really have a backlog of content. Most of the content you get is the live stream, and then shorts are just snippets from the live stream. So I'm always trying to hit good shots anyway, but trying to do a short a day, really need to hit good shots so that I have an archive. And by an archive I mean like I have enough to get through the week. Most people, yeah, like 20 minutes is like the right length. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are people that will watch an hour-long video, you know, cover to cover, if it's a content creator that they enjoy. But yeah, largely that's too long. It's tough with golf. I don't like, some people probably want to hear me talk through everything, some of the banter if there is any. For the most part though, yeah, it's like I think people just honestly want golf shots. think people just want golf shots. You know, and I'm a man of the people. I try and give them golf shots. But to just like the time it takes to get the splice and edit down of 18 holes. You know, at a certain point you could cut out all of the talking, and I don't know what the main thing that people would want is. I thought about pulling out the power drive there, but I feel like this is plenty fine. Appreciate my thinking and mindset behind shot decisions. Yeah, and I mean, like, I always try and do that. It's good at filling dead air. It's informational. You know, when I go and it's one thing on stream. Sometimes I'll dial it back a little bit, like if conversation and stuff is going. But like on a video that I'm recording solely for YouTube, like you have to be talking like that. Otherwise, for me, I hate the dead air. You know, the amount I talk kind of makes it a little bit tough to, you know, get super chopped up. Yeah, that part's a little bit difficult, but it's like I could not talk a lot and chop it up and just have like minimal talking and just shot. But at that, I feel like the less you talk, the more you require every shot to be great. But if you're just like dropping dart with no talking, like I don't know, it almost starts to be less impressive because the shot itself isn't really cool, even though the skill required is. I don't know, it's an interesting balance. Yeah, Spencer. So I have a hotkey on my Stream Deck, which has been pretty nice because I just got this Stream Deck recently. So I have a hotkey. If I get like a hole out, that's an easy one. Sometimes I'm able to recognize it in the moment. And those are what I've been using lately. Before, I used to not have a stream marker button, and I like wouldn't think about it. I've been more cognizant of it lately, but I would like go through and like scrub the VODs. So I would just like, I'd put it on 2x speed and just like go shot by shot through a stream and try and find something, or like try and remember a moment in stream that was kind of funny. You know, stuff like that. Now I have a button which saves me a bunch of time, because I can just go and the nice thing is I stream in horizontal and vertical, so I actually download my vertical YouTube stream and can go to the timestamp of the marker, figure it out, chop it, put the captions on. And that saves me a bunch of time. The hard part is if I like don't have a lot of markers during the week, and like sometimes I won't mark things just because like in the moment I don't think to, and so I might miss it. Other times I might mark something and then I'll go back and rewatch it. I'm like, I don't know if this is a great short, because like the hard thing is for me, like if the ball doesn't go in the hole, I have a hard time. Like stuff that's like really close, albatross or ace, like I'll do it, but I don't love them because I don't, generally speaking, they're not really the greatest. I don't think they do as well. That's good. Sometimes you just feel it. Sometimes you just feel it. GG's Lucas. Managed to go 14 under on your first round in CCL. Get in there, Bruiser. On reaction, yeah, I mean, if it goes in, I don't care what my reaction is, right? Like, if it's an eagle hole out, from like the fairway, or just like not greenside, or if it's a hole-in-one or an albatross, like that's clip and ship. I don't care what my reaction is to it. It's 11 p.m. in Michigan. Oh, Smithers, don't tell me you're a Wolverines guy. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm a Penn State guy. Oh, but yeah, we're one off, Lucas. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. You're Michigan State, Mojo? Not at all, Smithers? Okay, good. Well, Mr. Mojo, at least we can hate Michigan together, right? I don't know if you guys had the same thing. You're Michigan State as well, Smithers. All right, we got a couple of Spartans in here. Spartan Dog hangs out sometimes too. But we had a thing. It's, you know, so like when I was back in school, we'd be like, it's 11:06 and Michigan still sucks. I don't know if you guys had the same here. Is all of Michigan hanging out here tonight? What the heck? What the heck? Some people even had it as like phone lock screens for the weeks where we played Michigan. All right. If anybody wants to hop in for some ranked duos, you are more than welcome to. You can rotate Lucas out. If not, Lucas and I will run it back. We are going to take a quick break. Like, we're gonna try something here. We're gonna try and run a slightly shorter break because we're not gonna stream for nearly as long here. But yeah, go run to the bathroom, go grab a snack, grab a drink, do what you gotta do, and we'll be back here. We're gonna try and run a 2-minute break here because I don't think we need to disable pre-rolls for the full hour because we're just trying to wrap things up. But appreciate y'all being here. Been having a fantastic night. Feels like it's the end of the week, but in terms of stream, just because of the way that we're wrapping things up. But we've got Plat tomorrow. We still got 2 streams left this week, baby. All right, BRB. Appreciate y'all.
It's raining.
Ads. All right. Nobody wants in? All right. Let's run it, Lucas. Let's do it. You graduated from Michigan State like 10 years ago? You went from 2010 to 2015? Alright, I was Penn State 2013 to 16. So we're kind of all right in that same ballpark. Oh, you went to CMU? Graduated 50. Well, that's back when Michigan State was good. And that's back when Penn State won the Big Ten. Yeah, it was like Michigan State was winning the Big Ten. Penn State won. I don't think this is a good idea. Do I drive this, Lucas? Or do you want me to lay it back? Also, since Ohio State beat Michigan, I mean, by the time it'll be over 2,000 days by the time they play again. Well over 2,000 days. Send it? Alright. I don't know if that's spinnable. No, that is spinnable. 48 yards. Get in there. McCleveland. TTV. Alright, hold on. I gotta do some investigating. McCleveland. What are the odds of one viewer? That's mean. I shouldn't have said that. I'm looking, I'm not seeing. Oh no, we are getting down into one viewer territory. We are getting down there. Are they not even streaming? Imagine having TTV in your name and not even being live. Couldn't be me. Mostly because I thought it was too cheesy to put TTV or anything like that in my name, but probably should have. Just be like a walking advertisement. You're playing your first ever ranked match, Rob. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. Solo ranked is sweaty. Solo ranked is sweaty. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, I didn't see where Lucas put it. All the way out here? Really? 8 feet? We demand perfection. There's no creed to work with. Yeah, there's probably not if you're playing a spinner. Pretty tight angle. But yeah, the pure machine. I haven't played like any societies. I mean, we play TGC. I've played a couple of rounds of Rub of the Green at this point. There'll be a point where we transition to more society play, but I'm still working through. I want to get the gold clubs, man. Trying to do all the quests. Trying to get them gold clubs, but I need 29 more wins on the PGA Tour. It's gonna take forever. It's gonna take freaking forever. And there's probably a good chance that we'll abandon ranked tours at some point unless the rewards are good. Well, I'm in between clubs, folks. What about... Let's try this first. Little Shapen. Little Shapen, little quads. I hit the down slope. Up slope, stop it. Sorry, Lucas. I got aggressive. I wanted to go for it. They just increased the difficulty to TGC 1.5x. Yeah, I like playing on the TGC difficulty. I mean, playing on like the default master isn't the worst thing. It's definitely better than playing on pro all the time. Hey, good evening, John. Welcome back. How are you doing today? What courses do they have on there? Well, I mean, it's a society, right? So, I mean, I guess... I don't know, he called it Pure Michigan. So, they must only be playing Michigan courses, right? The only Michigan course I think I know offhand is Arcadia Bluffs, because it's all Tribe ever talks about. Michigan courses and Midwest courses. Are they all real courses? Like, are they all recreations, or do they have some, like, thematically... Yeah, thematic ones? I pulled it. How disappointing. It's not that disappointing, I guess. Gotta play some Michigan Golf IRL. I barely get to play Pennsylvania Golf IRL, or just any Golf IRL for that matter. Sweating the projected cut line in CCF. Had a rough first round. Ah, that's tough, John. Hopefully you make it in. CC is like a little bit weird because it's 60% make it, so like if more people play and play worse, it moves the cut line like back to something more friendly. You just hope that the people that join later don't shoot better, because that just moves you down then. 2 feet, so I know I'm the worst, Lucas. I'm the absolute worst. What's going on, Assorted? Do live tournaments? Not live like Rocket League would do, no. The closest that you're gonna get to live is a society, or well, actually the closest you're gonna get to a live tournament is if somebody on like Twitch or YouTube hosts something where they're all playing like alt shots or ranked matches, or not ranked matches, but like alt shots or just like match play stuff against each other and doing like a bracket in real time. But directly through the game, no, you're not gonna get anything. I'm gonna put a little bit of backspin on this, and then actually what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna play it just outside. I'm gonna try and hit this a little overpowered. I wanna, no. Never mind. I thought because it was gonna hit the fringe that we were gonna get a crazy bounce, but the backspin on it, and it's fairly moderate. Divot Derby is a live tournament. Touche. Touche, Rob. Yes. So there's Divot Derby, which is knockout golf. 9-hole maximum. I think it's 9 holes. But the score doesn't matter. It plays on Pro-Am, and it's just about who gets to the hole the fastest. So it counts in the most technical way. But, you know, to each their own. To each their own. New to the game, trying to learn the community. Well, welcome. Welcome to the game, Assorted. Now, we do play in... You know, there are a lot of people In fact, there were, what was it, like 3,700 people that played in qualifying last week. There is a weekly tournament that a lot of people play in. Basically, there are 15 different flights spread across 4 different societies in the game that play on harder difficulty settings, like master difficulty settings and higher. You compete in weekly tournaments. There's a midweek cut. There's a world ranking system. You can move up and down through the flights depending on how you play. So not quite a live tournament, but definitely like a better, more in-depth career mode. So if you're interested, it's TGC Tours. I'll put it in the chat here real quick if you're interested in it at any point. But there's the main tours, and then they also have 2 side tours that you can play alongside it. One is 3-click, and one is True Sim, which is basically, it's almost as hard as it gets. It's like Legend, but on Master Swing, but you have no lie grid, no green grid, no scout cam. You know, it's supposed to be as close to IRL golf as possible. It's just you and the course and your yardage book, and you try and read the course, read the greens. That's what we were playing tonight. A little bit earlier before we hopped into some ranked duos. And a little duck hook. Womp womp. Yeah, just put that thing back on the fairway. Seven iron. This is a tight little pin back here. Oh, I thought we found it. Ay. I really thought we had it. I really thought we hold that one. Two feet again, dude. I was ready for the clip. The clip might still make it. But I was like, oh, that's just watching the short disappear. Because if it goes in, I mean, that's easy clip. But like you said, sometimes it's about the reaction, or I guess the thing is, if I don't make the shot, you know, it's more so about, ooh, Eagle 3. If I don't make the shot, it's more about, like, does it look like it's going in for long enough to, like, you know, lure your interest? All right, Lucas, let's go for the three-peat. Let's go for the three-peat. Get this weekly quest done for me. To be fair, they've been giving us higher ranked players than usual. They just still can't hang. I think it's also very apt that I'm wearing my throwing darts hat, and we are in fact actually living up to it in throwing darts. Yeah, when we get locked in over the past couple of weeks here, once we've gotten locked in, we hit our swing pretty dang good. Like, not to toot my own horn here too much, but we hit our swing pretty dang good. Cancel. You don't want to play with me, Lucas? Alright. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Hoodie. Some zeros. And bunker. Okay. Fairways and greens, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best play. That's the best way to play the game. I know it's boring. This guy and his stingers. This guy and his stingers. Yeah, I personally prefer a layup to the fairway. 37. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. And like, it's going... Going out there to the right. Yeah, what's going on, Drew? Welcome back. You might win this one, Rob. Get in there. Get in there. Felt too narrow with the driver? No, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you watched what happened with that guy, right? Like, he drove it into the bunker. I would much rather be at like a wedge or an iron in the fairway than going up and bringing that variability into range. You know, I like having 99, maybe 98 to 100% lie, as opposed to being in the bunker and all of a sudden now it's 90 to 99. Like, that's 10% on a 100-yard shot. Like, that's a 10-yard circle. You gotta drive there. Yeah, you gotta draw. Whereas, you give me 1%, it's a much tinier circle, and I trust myself a lot more. Do we try and go long and run it back? What's the green? 162. What's going on, Philip? We are in the FedEx Cup playoffs. We just won St. Jude. So not quite yet. I guess we're... Oh, I hit the close, but that's actually not the end of the world. Trying to run it a little bit long here so we could hit that slope. Bring it back. I feel like that's the best I can do with the length of that shot. And a 4-iron, like, you're not running something up to it. 4 left? I guess it's not really 4 if you're in the fairway, is it? It feels like 4. But yeah, so we are still slowly working our way through our main career mode. As for our career mode in like our YouTube True Sim career mode, that's got a lot left. We're like 3 tournaments into the professional season. Very nice. Very nice. You're so nervous to try it? Well, it's probably just the intimidation of playing against other people, right? I mean, a lot of that comes down to probably the perception of how good other people are and the perception you have of yourself of how good you are. Now you're on the BMW part. Yeah, I think that's my next tournament. Up late, Rob. Yeah, we gotta get this. We gotta get these ranked matches in for my weekly. But I'm not doing any editing. I'm not putting my Not putting my TGC videos up as separate, so have a little bit of extra time. Can stream a little bit more and don't have to worry as much. I'm gonna hit the choked approach. I'm gonna hit the choked approach, but we're gonna go out here because I feel like it's gonna go kind of left. Go kind of left once it gets up here. Kind of left, kind of right. And then kind of left on the green. I just got a little bit too much roll. Still green. Playing well in True Sim gave me an energy boost. All sorts of fired up. Also, we needed to get all our daily quests done too, you know? Need all that VC. It's funny because, like, at this point, like, yes, we're gonna level up our technician, and I'm gonna level up the magician and stuff as we go through our Legend True Sim career mode playthrough, but I think I'm at the point where I can probably just buy some of the more aesthetic things and not really have to worry about VC. Because I keep telling myself, like, oh, we'll build... Nice eagle. We'll build the technician out. We'll build the technician out, but, like, I hit well enough on the sculptor. I don't think that there's any benefit. Is that how you get more VC? Yeah, I mean, play career mode and make sure you have a rival on, and like finishing career mode quests are gonna give you VC. But yeah, doing daily quests gives you 50 VC, so you can get 150 a day. You have 3 or 4 weekly quests that give you 150 VC each. So like if you can knock that stuff out, that's some extra VC coming your way. Ranked tours, if you can finish high enough, you know, you pay in 50, but you do get some back, and then you get some VC from quests as well from completing them. So there's definitely some ways to get VC. That was dangerous. I feel like you need to hurry up to line up your shots, and then if you whiff them, it's even worse. I mean, that timer, you have to be really, really slow to hit that timer in rank. Don't feel rushed. Choose your shot. Line yourself up. Don't think you're brave enough for ranked, Philip? You can do it. You can do it. Those still just roll through so much. I gotta figure stuff out with those chips. Because I like hate everything about just like I can super flop that and put it next to the hole, but I want to have a chance to hole it, and I like the chip for that. Just gotta figure it out. Overpowered that one back. You're all good. You're all good. I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but I kind of figured they would miss the putt low. Just judging by everything else thus far. Alright, take it easy, Smithers. Yeah, Platt's gonna be... hopefully our swing is there. Because if our swing's not there, that's gonna make things real bad. If our swing's there and we make some good reads, we'll at least give ourselves some consistent opportunities at putts. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it shakes out. Because we had a really good True Sim showing. I'm hoping we can parlay that into some good plat as well. You like playing ranked? I haven't played much solo. Ranked duos has been fun because it's just a way to involve the community. You know, play some duos with people that are here. And to be honest, most of the competition has been pretty easy, so it's very, very chill. We're not sweating it out. But we have faced a double condor pair once, and we whooped them. So that was kind of fun. Custom courses that people create, but can't seem to find the way to do that. So if you, Philip, if you go to your quick play, so go to the play menu, and I think it's called quick play. There you can search for the courses that people make. So if you find them on TGC Tour's website, or if you find them on Reddit, or whatever, you can search them in there. And then from there you can, you know, if you like a designer, you can look at the other courses that they've made from that course. You can favorite them to come back to it. Got a few options. I'm making the bet that the 7-iron is going to land short and release to the left. Seems like a pretty good bet. Oh, come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. First hole, your opponent hit into the bunker and then into the water. Help cool the nerves. Yeah, the thing is, like, when you're early on and you're playing people of similar rank, or like when you're at unknown rank and you're playing low rank players can be pretty susceptible to a lot of misses. Ooh. What's going on, Domenico? Your controller play never looks like that? Ready to give up? So, I will say this. You want to try and eliminate as many variables to your swing as possible. So, try and have the same posture, same grip, same setup to your shots every single time. I have not, Philip. I have not. Also, Matthew, get in there. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody, from Matthews. Hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. We are just getting things kind of sort of wrapped up here, so I apologize. We were playing some True Sim earlier. We finished at, what did we finish at, chat? 47 under for the tournament. We're just playing some ranked duos to finish up weekly. But I hope you had a good stream, Matthew. Appreciate you trusting your people, or trusting me with your people. There we go. 10-24, another 5-4 win. At duos, it's so easy to get low rank people. GG's, Lucas. GG's. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I'm gonna kind of do a quick little walkthrough here of how we swing our club. So if anybody's interested in how I swing the club, or how I find it, you know, best to hit your contact points, maybe you'll find some usefulness in it. So Domenico, the way that I approach it, you want to remove as many variables as possible, right? So treat it like real golf. You want to have a pre-shot routine, a way that you grip the club, the way you grip your controller, the way that you sit. So for me, the way I view it is like, if you're sitting on the couch and like one day you're playing like this, one day you're like this, like you're gonna have a really hard time being consistent. So like for me, I sit in my office chair, my left elbow is tucked in between the armrest and the back, so that's always in the same spot, and my hand just kind of sits on my left leg. Personally, I'm a draw swinger and I hold the controller at like a diagonal. That's just what I've found to work. Then on top of that, I always shape this thing down until it stops moving. That brings that brings my line to the same point as much as possible. It also makes it the straightest. But if you leave it at default, you're gonna have a hard time. But I have a lot of shaping, so I can go from here to here with the same point and hit. If I turn this on, I can hit a pretty big straight ball to fade. What do we want here? It's the trajectory. So for this same point, I can hit baby draw out to this much fade, right? This is 90 shaping. It's a pretty decent amount that I can hit with the same exact swing. But from there, it's finding a feel that generates the reel. So my swing is left to right, but when I'm swinging, because I hold it at like a diagonal, I'm not necessarily thinking left to right. Take your natural swing and try this with both. Like if your left thumb feels more natural, your right thumb feels more natural, try the different combinations. Try both sticks, try fade and draw bias. See which feels the most natural. I thought I would be a fade bias to start. Turned out pretty quickly that I realized I was more inclined to be a draw bias. But then for me, it's all about relative points, right? So like that's the swing feel that I've found. That was pretty good to rip off a legend quad perfect for the first demo shot. But if you're off to the left on your backswing or your follow through, think of it in relative terms. Like, okay, my backswing needs to be more right, or my follow through needs to be more right, or left, or what. Like, so once you find that and you can eliminate variance, so like there, okay, I'm 2 degrees off on the pull. Well, I know that I need to be a little bit more to the left, right? So I can then on that next swing just feel a little bit more left and straighten that out and leave the same feels on everything out. From there, it's repetition, right? From there, it's repetition, but it's finding a posture and a grip that gives you the best chance at consistency. And then once you've got that, you've got a pretty consistent swing, then it's that fine-tuning to your points. And like I said, I always move my swing to the same thing, because once you start going here, it might default out to the draw or the fade, you know, if you're a fade bias, and be off by a couple of pixels. I'm always moving it to the point where it stops moving, and then I can just crank my shot. And so, you know, I've found the grip and the feel that works, and I can replicate that. And then a lot of times I will like leave my arm tucked and not really fiddle with the controller too much. Or I can, you know, because I'm squared up enough, like sometimes I can, you know, you can pick it up, but you just kind of find that grip, put it down, and rip it again. So once you kind of find that feel, yeah, you can start repeating over and over and over again. This has been a pretty good demo, the fact that I'm actually just continuing to hit my points over and over. So that's what I preach. A little bit of shaping, a lot of bit of removing variables by having a pre-shot routine, having a way that you square yourself up, right? Face your monitor, as stupid as it may sound. Face your monitor the same way, sit the same way, hold your controller the same way. Like, take out as many variables as you can. Then you just got to focus on what your thumb's doing. Some people do 2 thumbs. I'm 1 thumb left stick. I mean, I've been accused of cheating on shorts and stuff, which is dumb. I mean, like, the difference is if I hold the controller up like this, I'm not gonna hit my points because now this is a weird grip and my feels are different. But yeah, when I sit it back down in my normal, Takamaru, thank you for the follow. When I sit it back down in my normal, like I fall back into the swing that I know. And so then you learn it, then you repeat. Domenico, thank you very much for the follow as well. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I really need to make a YouTube video at some point here. Got a 65 character, gonna start fresh away from your main. Yeah, I mean, just keep in mind, like, when you start with the 65, well, if you have a 90 character, you can apply some points for free. So you can throw some contact points, you can throw some skill points onto, like, your tee shot and approach, just so, like, when you're messing around, you have a little bit more margin, just to kind of remind you of where it lies. But regardless of if you have that extra buffer or not, you should be able to see, like, your level of consistency. Only an 88, okay. You do the thumb and pointer, but yeah, I mean, whatever gets you consistent, right? I know some people have talked about doing a thing where they, like, put their thumb in a spot and they use that as a guide. I mean, whatever works, I guess, but, like, if my thumb is in the wrong spot on a certain day or whatever, I like being able, there's a little bit of flexibility. Some days I feel like my finish is a little bit more left. Some days it feels a little more straight. You just kind of lock in on that day. You know, but if your grip is like 95% the same, you're only tweaking the feel, you know, ever so slightly. So that's how I've been able to kind of get consistency and repeat it from day to day. But yeah, I gotta get that into like a proper YouTube video at some point. People ask me, I'm always more than happy to divulge the information and, you know, give my best explanation of things, but I definitely don't have anything official made up. So, yeah, that's my TED Talk. You were left stick before this game, now you're right stick and hit a draw. I've always been left stick. For me, it was just about like how I grip the controller and changing that stuff. But yeah, you never know. I think left thumb is more natural to me, because left thumb is like what you move with in RPGs and stuff. I'm doing a lot of this. I think everybody understands what your thumb looks like, but hey, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just a big dum-dum here. All right. Well, that being said, it is pretty late here, but we will be back tomorrow night. We stream 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, give or take, because we go live after my son goes to bed. So sometimes that's a little bit later, but try and be live as close to 8 as possible. Tomorrow, we are heading into Plat. We've got rounds 1 and 2 of TGC Tours Plat. If you follow along with the TGC Tours lifestyle, we qualified to the fun one. So we'll see how that goes. But appreciate y'all hanging out, spending your time here with me tonight. Matthew, thank you very much again for bringing your community over. Yeah, if you're new and you enjoyed the stream, drop a follow or drop a sub on the YouTube, wherever you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like on the video. Let YouTube know that you enjoyed. And yeah, we're going to go and say hello to Mr. You Stay Classy San Diego. Go and say hello to him. He's doing some course design, but he is a Platinum Tour player. But yeah, that's my spiel. I've said enough. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesdays, and I'll see you back here for some Hump Day Platinum Tour action. Take it easy, everybody. Bye!